Hello everyone. Hello. Okay, because yesterday was festival and people are asking why have you not done the class yesterday? Because yesterday there was a festival. Many have filled in the forms, feedback forms and all. They need holiday for tomorrow. So yes, based on the many requests, we have given holiday yesterday. Okay. Good evening, everybody. Hope everybody had your tea. We'll start with today's session. And today we're going to learn a lot. We're going to do some programs like rock, paper, scissors games. We're going to do a lot of things. So we have almost 105 joiners. And we'll see. Some people might join a few minutes later or, maybe in few minutes or something. People might join. So we'll start with the session with a recap of day two. So hope can anybody say what and all we have covered on day two in the chat? Good evening, good evening, good evening, everybody. Good evening. Password. Okay, so we'll go to the. Yes. Hope the screen is visible for everyone, right? So in the day before, yes, for, while, and if else condition. Very good, Soumya. And Vidya saying that functions we have not yet started yesterday. Looping, time, control statement, voting or not voting. Very good. Yes. So, coming to a recap, so initially we started with the looping statements. For that, we started with for I in A or for I in range. We have learnt about range. How does it work? And we also printed the table based on the user input in two ways, right? In two ways we have printed that. And then we learnt about if, elif, and else statement, and then we are having the ATM ATM thing. So ATM password, like just the pin validation system in the ATM we have completed yesterday. And we have also learnt about while loop. And also we have learnt about a new program called speed typing speed checker. Can I know that anybody have done using while loop? Did anybody try using while loop? Okay, so what I'll do now is I'll start with while loop. Okay, so I'll continue with that program as well and the previous program with the bankings one, along with the pin validation system. We will also do the withdrawal and the balance, the updation of withdrawal balance and printing the passbook. Let us start with that. Okay, so I'll go back to the day two itself and then I'll go back to this program. So now we have done only the pin validation system. After pin validation system, what will happen? After pin validation system, what will happen? So now I'll be having balance equal to 1000. I'll keep this as an initial balance. Okay. So now after logging in, it has to show me three options. So what are three options I want to see? I might want to see. So what I'll do is I'll store it as a string. So I'll store it as a triple string. So if I give the triple quotes, what will happen is it will become a document string. You can have multiple lines like this. So here I'll say available operations or okay. So we'll keep first operation to withdraw if they want to, whether they want to withdraw. So I'll just deposit check balance. So I'll just complete deposit 3 and I'll make it as check balance 4 exit. Okay, so now we are having this particular values. Okay, we got to know that the first option is withdraw. How to show this to a user? To show this to a user, what I can do is I can print it down, right? So for example, now I'll say that print yes. Now I'll execute this. So after executing it, you can see that. So it's getting connected. So first it is saying trial one, enter the pin. So I'll enter the right pin now. Yes, 9019. Okay, so now it is asking me the operation withdraw, deposit, check balance, and exit. So, okay, so now you can see that we are having options as well, and we are having the exit, all the options we are having, but we are printing also. It's working perfectly fine. But what has to work? It has to ask us the input to take, whether you want to select 1, 2, 3, or 4. So I'll say that answer is equal to input. Okay, it got executed, sorry. So here I'll say that input, enter your choice. Okay, so they will enter the choice. After they enter the choice, I have to check whether they have returned it as withdraw, whether it is 1, 2, 3, or 4. So for that, I'm going to say that if answer equal to 1, what is that? It is a withdraw. So if it is a withdraw, what should I do? If it's a withdraw, I need to ask the user how much you want to withdraw, right? So what I have done here, you can carefully observe that I'm having a colon. So I have to be inside the if. So I need to work with the statement like, so for example, I'll say that amount is equal to int. So here I'll make it as int input, enter the amount to withdraw. So when this particular statement will print only when the answer is 1. So how can I know that answer is 1? Here we have said that 1 is equal to withdraw. So user will enter 1. So here I should also make it as int of input. Why I should make it as int of input? Because there I'm directly checking it as answer equal to 1, but not I'm checking it as inside the single quotes, isn't it? So now int input of enter your choice. If answer equal to 1 amount, they will enter the amount. Once the amount is enter, what should I do? To withdraw it, what should I do? So I need to have a balance, right? So I need to say that balance equal to balance minus amount. Now whatever the remaining amount, it will print that. So now I'm going to say that print successfully. So successfully withdrawn, and answer is equal to 2. 2 is what we are having deposit. Enter the amount to be deposit. So here I'll also say that successfully deposited, and then so how much deposited you want to print. So for that I'm going to use here as F, and here I'll make it as here amount successful rupees. Okay, so here I'll do the same thing. Here I'll make it as F, successfully deposited, and then I'll make it as AMT. So here I'll make it as rupees. Okay, so now what I'm doing after getting this option, you can check whether you want to deposit or withdraw, or maybe whatever the operations that you want to do. So here balance, it is showing me an error. The error means it's a warning it is showing. Let us see why it is showing. Here you can see that I have used a word called balance. There I have given it as BAL. So it is not able to recognize. So it was showing me that yellow color lines over here. Okay. So hope everybody are able to follow this. Hope everybody are able to follow what I'm saying. Are there any doubts? Yes, check balance also we can add it. As of now, I'll keep it empty. You can add the check balance later. Okay. So I'll come to here. I'll come here, and then you can say that, okay, successfully amount deposited and withdrawn. Only that much I've added. And also you can add it as, and your new balance is new balance or current balance, you can say. So here I'm going to say, after that, I'm going to add rupees. So here also you can add the same thing. So here also I'll add the same thing. Okay, so and your new balance it's going to show. So now I'll execute this. Let us see how it is working. So enter the pin, it is saying. So for initially I'll enter the wrong pin. So it will say that trial 2, and try again, trial 2 it is. So I'll say that 9019. And now you can see that it is asking me the option whether to withdraw, deposit, check balance, or exit. So I'll say withdraw. So how much, enter the amount to withdraw. I'll say 100. And now here you can see that the answer would be successfully withdrawn 100 rupees and your new balance is 900 rupees. What if I want to work with again and again until I want to exit? That means if I want to withdraw deposit a few times and need to store the data, how can I do that? How can I repeat this whole thing for n number of times, or for 4 or 5 times? This whole thing, if I want to repeat n number of times after successfully login, okay, after successfully login and before going to the else loop, if I want to repeat this n number of times, how can I do that? Can anybody answer in the chat? Put in loop. Which loop? While? Should I put it in as the while loop, or should I make it as the, um, while true? Okay, while one, Manasa, very good. Very good. While true, many are saying while true. So we'll go ahead with while true and we'll see how the while true is working. Very good. Many are saying it as while true or while of one. Very good. Okay, so I'll continue now. Here, what I'll do is I have to put this whole thing in the, like when I have to put it in the while true, let us understand. So let us take a small example of while true statement. So now I'm going to take that n is equal to, or maybe while n is less than or equal to 10. Okay, rather than this, I'll make initially as while of true, or let me make it as var. Okay, while var, and I'll say n is equal to 10. Okay, we'll do it in a different way now. So initially I have a var over here. You can say that var is equal to true or false, whatever you want, you can say that. So now let us imagine. So here, what I have to do is very simple. I have to work with this particular variable where, let us say, if you go to any of your cousins or maybe your, where there are kids, if you go to their home, what is the first thing they will ask? They will ask your phone, isn't it? So if they are asking your phone, you will say yes or no. Either sometimes if they keep on annoying you, you will say yes, otherwise you will say no, right? So I'm going to say that answer is equal to input. Okay, so input, give me a phone. So what will happen if answer equal to yes? If they say yes, if you are saying yes, what will happen? They will take the phone and they will go happily. So I'm going to say that print thank you so much. Okay, so now then I'll say else print. So if you say no, what the kid will be doing? Kid will be saying please, 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 right? So it is going to say that please, please, please. Now I'll execute this. So I'll say give me a phone. I'll say no. I'll say nah. I'll say no. It is keep on asking me. And now I'll say yes. It's still asking me. It's saying thank you, but it's still asking me. So how can I stop that? So here, what I can do it is, so here after that I can say var equal to false. If it go as false, it doesn't work. Okay, let me execute this. So I'll say yes. And now you can see that once I said yes, it said thank you so much and it went off. So what is happening till it sees this particular variable? If this thing become false, because earlier it was true. If this become false, the whole while loop will end, while true loop will end. So this is one way. One more way is you can say it as break over here. Okay, so here you can say it as break. Okay, and then here after here you can say break, and one more thing is here you can directly say true. This is also one of the way you can do it. So unless and until this will become false, it will keep on repeating this and this. If this is false, if this thing is false, it will accept that it is okay. Once the false is done, it will break, it will stop it. Okay, so I hope everybody got to know how this is working. Yes, you can use a break. You can also make it as var equal to false. There are a lot of ways you can do it. It's all about how it is going to work or how exactly which method you know. That's it. There's no difference. So hope this is clear. Hope there is no doubt till now. Okay, we'll continue with the next program now. So we'll introduce the same while true loop. So this will keep on repeating. So you have observed that in while true loop, this part will be keep on repeating unless and until you make it as false or unless and until you break it in the between. So now we got to know that how it is exactly working. So we'll apply the same while loop over here. If your pin is right, so I'll apply while. Okay, while true. And here you can see that it's going to print successfully logged in, and it will have the option 1 and option 2. So here you can see that I'm having break also. Before break, from this part I have to move one tab right. Here you can see that why I have to make one tab right, because I have to make sure that all these sentences are inside the while true loop. So if the sentences has to keep on repeating back to back, I want this to be inside the while true. So we have the third option you will be implementing, and then I'm having the exit option. So exit, how can I do that? So I'm going to say over here as elif answer equal to 4. Okay, answer equal to 4. So I'm going to say that print thank you, and I'm going to say that either break you can say, or you can also make it as a variable. So let us execute this. So pin 9010, and okay, so 9019, I guess 9019, and balance I'll go for withdraw. So amount to be withdraw 100. So here after withdrawing 100, it is 900 rupees. So now you can see that again it will keep on asking you to show the menu. Okay. Hope this was clear for everyone. Hope it's clear. Okay, am I audible now? Am I audible? I think there was a network issue was there. So is it audible now? Am I clear? Thank you for responding. Okay. So I hope for everybody, yes. Thank you so much for responding. So I hope everybody were clear regarding the ATM pin validation, withdrawal, and also deposit. I think that was clear, right? Is there any doubt? No, right? Is there? I don't think there is any doubt, right? Okay, we'll continue now. So now you can see that I'll go for day 3. So today's topic we're gonna do with the discussion with the functions, and then I'll go ahead with a password generator and so on. Okay. So now I'll go ahead with starting with a function. So what is a function? Function means, for example, let us say here I have a function. So define a function, we're gonna use a keyword called def. So in other languages, you would have said that main and then flower bracket, then you would have said var, right? So here we are having it something like the def. Okay, so def means define. So I'm going to define a function now. So here in this define a function, let us keep the function name as marriage. Okay, so here you can see that in the function name marriage, so this has to work only when I call it. It is something like, let us say Bhumika is there. Bhumika, I want to call us for the marriage. So when I'll go for the marriage only when she calls us, right? So now in the same way, here I'm having a def marriage, and here let us say print welcome to Bhumika marriage. Okay, so now in this particular one, so let us execute this. So here you can see that same colon is there, and this indicates that it is inside the marriage function. So now if I execute this, I don't get any output. Why do I not get any output? Because I do not have over here you can see that I do not have a I do not, I haven't called the function. To only when I call the function, it will work. Otherwise, what will happen? It won't show any output. It is taking some time to connect. Okay, so it might take a few seconds to connect over here. So now I'll call the function. So there is a difference in the calling the function and also defining a function. Okay, so here you can see that here you can see that I have defined a function. So I did not get any output. This is something like Bhumika marriage is happening. So, but only if she calls, I'll go, right? So this is calling. If the output we will get only when we call it. Otherwise, the function is there, but we are not going. That's it. So I'll execute it. Now you can see that it is saying welcome to Bhumika marriage. So this is how it is going to work. Def marriage, and I'm calling the function. And here we are having the function. So now let us introduce a new module called as random. So I'm going to say that random. So this I have to import the random before using it. So I'm going to say that import random. Random is nothing but the name itself says that it is a random where it is having the ability to generate a random number, select some random items from the list. So let us start with a OTP generation function. So for that, I'm going to say that def OTP gen, and here I'm going to pass down the length of the OTP that you want. So let us say I'm going to pass down n. N is a length. So here I'm going to say that for I in, and here to store the OTP every time, what I can do it is I can say that here OTP equal to 0. OTP equal to 0 or empty list, whatever you want, you can keep it. So now you can see that I'm having this for I in range. So you can also make it as a list as well for I in range of, okay, range. So I'll say that n range. So I need it like every time we generate a new number, it should keep on adding to this OTP. Let us see how it is going to generate the random number. So I can say that n is equal to random dot rand int. Okay, random dot rand int. I'll say the range of 0 comma 10. Now I'll print the n. So if I print the n, you can see that, okay, random not defined because here I have imported it, but I did not execute this particular cell, right? So for that, it is showing me the random not imported or random not defined. So what I'll do is I'll add it over here. So here I'll add it and I'll execute this. So now you can see that it has generated me 1. If I execute this again, it has generated me 6. If I execute this again, it has generated me 2. So here, let me make it as like this. Okay, so I can make this something like this so that every time I can keep on adding for this. Okay, so in the range of n. So here, I'll say that OTP plus equal to, so I'll keep on appending it. So here you can see that I have used plus equal to. I will be in the form of number and this is in the form of string. How can I convert I can say that str of I. Okay, now I'll say that your OTP is return OTP. Let us see if this is working. So I'm going to say that OTP gen of 3 or something, I'll say. Okay, so OTP generator, if I want 3 number, if I say 3, here you can see that I'm getting a 3 number OTP. And if I say 6, I'm getting, so here there is a problem with this one. Here I'm not happening. The OTP is not working as a random, since I'm not given random itself. Let us generate a random number based on this. So this is what I've done is I've just appended it, not a random. So what I'll do is I'll take this. Okay. So let us try to add this now, and here right now it is generating an OTP without a random number. It is just keep on adding the string 1 2 3 4 5, like that it is working. So now here what I can do is let me make it as, okay, yes. So here instead of n over here, so I am having, okay, so this, how can, okay, I'm thinking how to add it. So initially I thought of n I'm having. Here instead of I can add n. So here instead of n, I can make it as, okay, so we'll take the number here, range, and we'll keep on adding it. Instead of n, I'll make it as any other number like I, or maybe I, or I can make it here, I can change the number. I'll explain it again, don't worry. So if you here I'll just keep it as some value over here, so that it does nothing. So here it won't hold any value. It says that just it is running for n times. So if you want to make it as j, you can make it as j, it doesn't matter over here. So what I've done over here is, so I've taken a OTP, and here I've kept the OTP as empty. So I want to keep on generating the, earlier what I did, I have added this j here, right? So here I'm generating the random number. So here if you want to make it as a 10, somewhere like 100, if you want to make it as 100 random numbers, you can do it also. So here I'll keep it as 9 because I want in the length of it. That's the reason. Okay. So here I'll just execute this and execute it. Now you can see that I'm getting a random number. Okay, so here you can see that I'm getting a random number again. Random number, it will keep on giving me. So here the chances of repeating the random number is less. But if you did it something like, for example, if you want in the length, something like this, okay? Something. So I'll just copy down this. There is one more easy way. Our easy way is very simple. So I'll just, here I'll just copy down this. The easy method is, here instead of 9, you can have it like 90,000 or something, and you can have it like print I. Okay. So here you can print this I. So here also you are going to get a different random numbers. Here you can see that the length won't be same, length would be different. Every time you execute this, the length would be different. So sometimes you might get 21 also, sometimes you get 0 also. The length here, it's not consistent, but here the length is consistent. You can see that the length over here is consistent. The 6 is the length and it is consistent. That's the reason I did not use this method, but I used this method to generate a random OTP. Okay, and the chances of repeating it is very much, hard. We can say that it won't repeat that many times. So sometimes there is a chance that it might repeat, but most of the times it won't. Okay, I hope this is clear. So here, the first what we did, first we just printed the I value, but like there it was printing us like 1, 2, 3, 4 till 6. No matter how much you change. Here, if you want three-digit OTP, here you can see that you will keep on getting a 3-digit OTP. Okay, so here what I did, I generated a random number, keep on appending to this OTP, and it is getting. So if you want a 20 number or 10 number, 10 digit OTP, you're going to get 10 digit number. Here you can see that it is something like this. If you want a 4-digit OTP, you can get the 4-digit OTP as well. So this is a random OTP generation based on the length that you require. Here, what you can do it, you can also take this 4 as an input from the user and then call as well. So it would give a good, input output function. Along with input output function, it will give a good program kind of thing. If you want, you can take this also input from the user. So we have completed this one program now, and also we have completed the function method and also we have completed withdraw deposit option. You can add the check balance as well. How can you make the passbook printing? Can anybody say how you can make the passbook printing? I hope till now everybody are clear. Is there any doubts till now? Is it clear? Till now, is it clear for everyone? OTP generation is clear, deposit and withdrawal is clear. Is there any doubt till here? Okay, very good. So now I'll continue with the next topic. So now we have learnt about OTP generation and we have learnt about random function. Let us learn about lucky withdraw script. So we'll now what we'll do is we'll see some lucky names. We'll take some names from this chat and we'll just add it in here. So I'll take Dhanalakshmi, Harshita, Saif. Okay, Dhanalakshmi, Harshita, and Saif. Go to the required by, ask them to print passbook. Ajay Srinivas. Okay. So, yes, we'll now go ahead with the few numbers. Okay. Few names and few numbers in the, as a few names I'll take it over here and then I'll just do the lucky withdraw script. So to lucky withdraw script is very simple. And now what I'll do is we have a data structure and also we call it as a data type as well, data structure as well. We are having four types, built-in data structure and built-in data types in Python, that is list, tuple, dictionary and set. So I'll start with list now. List L is equal to, so I'm not going ahead with dictionary, set and tuple and their properties. There are a lot of things. If I take that class, it will take nearly 2 to 3 days covering all the tuples, listings and the tuples and also list, dictionary and sets. It might take a lot of days, so I'm not going in depth. I'm just going ahead with a short description of it. So I'm taking a list is very similar to array, but there is a difference between array and list. Okay, so here I'll take it as Ajay and I'll take it as Dhanalakshmi and Altaf, and we'll take some more names. Okay, okay, I'll take Prajwal as well. Anybody want to give your name? We'll add it now. Prajwal. I'll add two more names. We can set the range for dates for bank statement. Yes, we can set that. Shalini, Dastagir. Okay, Shalini and Dastagir. Shalini. Okay, so I have taken these names. Okay, so I have taken these names. So these names, I want to select a one lucky winner. Okay, so if I want to select the lucky winner, I can say that lucky winner is equal to, so random dot choice of L, and I'm going to, L means what, where I have stored this list. So I'm going to say that print the lucky winner in this workshop is, don't ask me what I'm going to give for them. I'm teaching the programming for them. Okay, so that's what I'm going to give. So the lucky winner is, in this workshop is, and I'm going to give a comma and I'm going to say LW. So let us see who is this lucky winner. So the lucky winner is Shalini. So are you there, Shalini? Oh, it's Shalini. So before saying Shalini, I think before this getting executed, she already commented that it's Shalini, and it was Shalini. Okay, so now you can see that this is how we can get the lucky draw script, where you can give anything over here and you can select it in the random choice. So how we can use it for the rock paper scissor game? Let us see. So now I'm going to take a list. Okay, L is equal to. So I'll just make it as rock, then paper, then scissor. Okay, And okay, so here rock paper scissor I'm having. So what can we do is, if I want to do this for 10 times, so then also that is possible. So I need to have lot of f l l if those statements before that. So I have the list of rock paper scissor. So how this is going to work is, so now I'll make it as a while loop. So why I'm taking while loop is, I might want to play 10 times. Out of the 10 times, we, like if the computer wins for 5 times, and if user wins for 5 times, it's a draw. If computer wins 7 times and user wins 4 times, like that, it's a computer win. So now I'm going to say that while game is less than or equal to 10. So initially game is equal to 0, or you can also make it as it's a first game. Then user points up equal to 0, and computer points are also 0. So now, if the now the game has not started yet. Once the game has started yet, every time the computer will generate the random random rock paper scissor. So it will choose either rock paper or scissor. Okay, so now what I can do it is, I can say that computer guess. So I'm going to take it as CG, computer guess is equal to, or you can say that computer game is equal to random dot choice. In that choice, I'm going to pass down the L. So it is going to choose it. And then I need to ask the user to enter as well. So after that, I'm going to say that UG is equal to user game is equal to, I need to enter, right? So for that, I'm going to say that input, enter your choice. So for that, let me make it as just yes, instead of every time I need to keep on typing yes, rock paper scissors. So I'm just keeping it as RPS. So here I'll also mention that choose it like RP or yes. So here also I'll make it as caps. So if both are equal, it will be, there will be no winner, right? If both are rock or both are paper, both are scissor, there is no winner. So for that, I'm not writing any statement. So here I'll start with if else block. If, okay, if UP equal to R, so this should be UG, not UP. UG if user says rock. Okay, if user says rock, and if computer says, so here I'll also make it as and computer says. So I'll just keep on tab so that it will it will help me to uh, reduce my typing time. So here you can see that if UG says R and CG says P, print computer 1. If UG says R and CG says yes, user 1, and UP plus 1. Like this, will keep on writing the condition statement. So here I'm having this one condition. I'll also add one more condition, or so here you can put it in one statement. So something like this, you can say this one in one statement. And here you can say that, or when and all the computer can win if, or I have used. So UG says this and CG says P, computer has selected rock, and user has selected rock, and computer has selected paper. So here not computer wins, it's a user win, not the computer win. So auto typing is not working properly. Autotype is not working properly over here. So here you can see that it's a user one, and if user says rock and computer says caesar, so here is actually computer one, right? Computer one. So here you can see that, let me take this as cp. So here it should be c, and here it should be C again, and here it should be U, and here it should be U again. So now we got to know that how we are writing it down. So here I can add n number of statement in the same way. Okay. So here what I'll do is, here I'll add again. So this is one probability of user winning. So one more probability is if user is scissor. Okay, user is scissor and computer is the paper. So now I'll make it as again the same way. Okay, So CG is equal to paper wins, right? Actually, it was right. So I'll just make it as control Z since the auto type was right. Actually, the paper only wins, not the computer wins. So if computer is paper and rock versus paper, the paper wins, right? Sorry for the confusion. So here I'll just add this one more statement. Okay. So here if user is scissor, okay, okay, it started to execute. So if user is scissor, so we'll add one more statement. If user is scissor and computer is rock, computer wins, right? So I'll just copy down the same thing and add it over here. So for that, I need to add one more braces over here. I can keep on adding or statement. Totally, we need to have 8 statements to work. So now I'll say over here as like this. So if UG is yes, so here I'll make it as when the user has to win. So user has to be a paper and this has to be a rock. So this is one of the case, right? So here again this also works. So we are having totally how many statement? 4 conditions I'm having. Like this I need to have a 8 conditions to complete this program that you can complete it. So here I'll make it as, so every time we are running out of the game. So here initially starting the game 1, so I have to keep on incrementing the trials. So I'm going to say that g plus equal to 1. So now let us execute this and see. So I'm just going to print the computer scores and user score. So let us execute this. So initially I'll select R. So computer score 0 and user score 1. So then I'll say it as P. So user 1, computer 0, user score 2. So I'll say R. Okay, I'll say yes. 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 So it is not yet accurate. The reason is still we have to write 4 more conditions. If you write 4 more conditions, it will have the accuracy. So how you will know that who selected what? What was the computer selection? So here you can say that print computer selection was I'll make it as this time. So I'll just print down that the computer game CG. If I print that CG, it will be a computer selection. Okay. So let us execute this. I'm going to select P. So I can see that computer score and the selection was this time. It was yes. So computer select was scissor and what we have to selection this time was yes. So let me say P. So if I set P, the computer selection was also P, so the score is 0. So let me say R. So we have given R, the computer selected R, and also we also gave it as R, so still we are having a 0. So let me make it as P this time. So again and again we are selecting the same thing. So let us say yes. Okay, now you can see that we are having yes and R and the computer score is 1. So it has selected rock and we have selected Caesar. The computer has scored 1. Like this, you can keep on selecting. Okay, so this is how the rock, paper, Caesar game works. Yes, I'm printing the computer choice as well. So ma'am, can't we use the ternary operator? Yes, we can use a ternary operator as well. So Ajay, yes, temp is equal to, yes, we can use that way also, not a problem. So just I've showed the one way, you can use a multiple ways where you can use a ternary operator and work also. That's not a problem. Okay. So I hope till here is it clear, everyone? Do you have any doubts in this? Do you have any doubts in rock, paper, scissors game? Anybody? Okay, so leave down your, so I'm taking the attendance in the middle. Please leave your name and also leave your name and also the college name in the chat box. We'll start recording the chat box now. Okay, so we'll continue with the next one. So, which is the next game that we have mentioned? So, we have completed the OTP generation, we have completed the rock, paper, scissor game. So, what is the next one? What is the next one we need to? What is the next thing we have to go ahead? Which is the next program that we have discussed, as we discussed in the chat earlier. Okay, everybody are busy with typing their names now. Okay, so the next one is a guessing game. Let us enter into the guessing game. So for the entering into the guessing game, so you might have played this game with your siblings or when you with your friends earlier in your childhood days. It is something like I'll keep the name or keep something in my head. Can you say that what it is, or keep a number in my head? Can you say what it is? What the other person will say? Other person will say that I have kept, they might have kept something, and you will say 10. They might say no, no, it's a lesser than 10. Other time you will say 8. So that person, no, 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 it's greater than 8. So at that time it will be 9 or something. So we have to write this in the same way. So here the guessing the number game, here the computer will keep a number in its mind and we have to guess it. Okay, so for that we will give 5 chances. Okay, 5 or 3 chances will give. Within 3 chances it has to, we have to guess. Okay, so now for that let us write a program. So here what I said, I have defined the problem statement, and this problem statement, what we have to do is we have to break it down into simpler components. After breaking down into simpler components, we have to make it as a after breaking it down into simpler components, we have to keep on write a coding for that. Now let us start coding. Let us understand how we have to work with when there is a problem statement. So what I said, we have to have a 3 chances, right? So for that I'm going to say that initially the chances are first chance, so I'm giving it as n as 1. So I need to say that while guess. Okay, so initially the n is 1, and I need to say that n rather than n word, I'll take it as guess. Okay, so initially guess is 1, guess is less than or equal to 3. Okay, so initially I'll just print it down, print. Okay, so now in a guesses less than 3, what I need to do? So I need to have two things over here. What I need to have? I need to have a random number, the guess from the computer. Actual number where I have to guess. The guessing number should be a constant throughout the 3 trials. So if I write a random number over here, it will keep on changing, right? So I cannot do that. I have to write it before the while loop. So I'm going to say that random or r is equal to random dot rand int 0 comma 10. Okay, so I'm having the range from 0 to 10, so the guess would be easier. So I'm going to ask the user to enter the input. I should ask the user input inside the while loop, because user has to keep on giving 3 times if they are wrong. So I'm going to ask the user input is equal to int input of what is your guess, or I'll just say guess the number. Okay, so now they will guess the number. So after they guess the number, after we get the input from the user, what should I do? I should check it, right? To check it, I'm going to say that if so ui equal to r, you are right, print you guessed right. In which trial? So I'm going to say that in n trial. So here I'm going to say formatting statement n trial. So it's not n, it's a guess, right? Guess trial, and it's a small, right? Small g. Okay. So if not, it's correct. It has to be lesser. So there is a chance that it might be lesser. So I'm going to say that elif try. So elif if ui is less than r. Okay, so it is less than r, so I'm going to print that. If user input is less than the random or guessed number, I'm going to say that try. Okay, so it got executed by mistake. So here I'm going to say that try guessing higher number. Okay, try guessing higher number. So user will try guessing the higher number. What if the user has a number which is greater than the random number? So I'm going to say that elif user is having a greater number rather than this, I'm going to say that try guessing lower number, and I have to keep on incrementing the guesses. So now let us execute this. So hey, let's start playing the guess number game. Okay, so now I'm going to say 8. So it is saying try guessing a lower number. So I'll say 4. So it is saying try guessing a higher number. So somewhere the number has to be between 4 and 8. Let me say 6. So it has just stopped it, and we did not warn here. I didn't, it's still saying try guessing a higher number. So now I have to execute again. Okay, so I have to keep on executing again. Now let us see, let us try this time if we are getting a right or wrong answer. I'll say 5. Lower number, so I'll say 3. And it is saying try guessing a higher number, so it has to be 4. This time we will be right. So here you can see that it is saying you guessed right in 3 trial. Okay, so I hope this is clear for everyone. I hope this is clear for everyone. We have a students from Akshay Institute of Technology, very good. Malnar College of Engineering. We are having a students from Global Academy, Dayanand Sagar College of Engineering, and we are having from Global. We are having St. Francis College, NSAM, first grade college. I think it's Nitte again. The college, Sri Devi, okay. AMC, very nice. Reva University, we are having Jyoti, we are having Lakshmi Amani College from KSIT, we are having students. Okay, very nice. There are so many colleges participating. Happy to see this. Okay. So now I hope everybody are clear. So somewhere I can see that we are having totally 240 to 250 viewers every day. So yeah, till yesterday it was around 300. Today I can see that it's maximum 250 people. So maximum 250 people would be getting the certificate. That I can give an assurance. So all we want is you have to watch, you have to learn, and then we have to know that okay, you guys have learned something, and you are like attending the classes regularly. You are interested in learning. We'll get to know that. That's the main agenda of this whole workshop. Okay. So how you felt about this workshop? You can leave it down in the comment section. The date time function I'm not starting today, because if I start today I cannot complete it. So I'll start tomorrow itself, and we'll also learn turtle games tomorrow, and also QR code generator, emoji, how to print out the emojis and all. And also I'll try to introduce some more programs as well. And before exiting, please make sure that you will comment down for this video how you felt about this whole session, how well you have learned, was it worthful. You can leave some comments so that it will always motivate us to make some more videos in the same way. Okay, thank you so much for watching this video. Okay, we'll just we'll meet in the tomorrow session. Thank you so much for joining today. We'll have the session tomorrow as well, and I'm very happy that you guys are so interactive. Please have your dinner, take care, rest well. We'll meet tomorrow exactly at please comment it down for the video, not in the live chat. Okay, thank you so much. We'll meet tomorrow with more and more fun games. Thank you everybody, take care, good night, have your dinner, sleep well, bye bye, happy Raksha Bandhan again.